Okay, so now, last but not least, let's look at driver pay. Because again, you might have a contract that requires you to have 3 or 4 trucks, whether you're driving the truck or whether you are strictly just investing in this and you're setting a budget. You want to make sure that when you're bidding at certain jobs that you're going to be profitable, right? So let's go over to the driver pay tab. Now, obviously, how somebody's getting paid is completely up to them and the company, but here are a couple different baselines to help you work with, okay? So if the driver is getting paid 25% of gross, all right, let's just say 20% of what they gross, okay? And we know that the estimated rate per mile, this is important because, again, guys, this is just a forecast. Right, but in order for us to calculate this, we need a rough estimated rate per mile. So if that driver is driving the total miles that we have over here, which is 2,500 miles, and we're making roughly $2.50 per mile, right, guys? That's going to be the 2,500 times 2.5 gives us the 6,250, and then the driver is going to get 20% of that, which is 1,250. Okay, so then what ends up happening is we add that into our original calculation over here, and the math is done in the background. So let's see if I can unprotect this sheet. Okay, so now that math, right, this is added into the overhead calculator as far as a additional cost. Okay, so then you end up taking all of that total cost and dividing it by the miles, and that gives you your cost per mile. Now, some drivers are paid a flat rate per mile, 75 cents per mile, and that, again, this is based off the miles that you put in right here. And some drivers are just paid a flat rate. So whatever that is, you have your strict, it would translate over here, and you have your company cost per mile, which is 98 cents. You have your cost per mile when the driver's being paid a percentage of gross. That's $1.48, and again, that's based off of you getting a certain rate. Don't forget that, but that gives you a rough idea. And then if the driver's getting paid a flat rate per mile, that's how much your operating overhead is. And if the driver's getting a flat rate per week, that's how much your overhead is. Alright, guys, so I hope that this was helpful. I hope you can see all of the different inputs. I hope that this was easy for you to follow along. I made this for me, and my brain works a little bit differently, so maybe it doesn't work for you, but I hope that it does, because I tried to make this. Guys, I like to dumb it down. So I went to school for accounting, and the first thing that the teacher taught us was he went up to the board, and forgive my handwriting, but he spelled this out on the board, okay? Accounting 101. And he said, keep it simple, stupid. And that's the first thing he said. He said accounting can get very complicated, but as long as you keep it simple, it will be okay. And I learned that when I was in the field for the few years that I was in the field, and I tried to implement that with what I'm doing, guys. So this is the overhead calculator, guys. Any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Anybody need any help with this? And ultimately, guys, if you want a copy of this, all you have to do is head on over to my school community, guys. I have this and a bunch of other resources there. 100% free. Doesn't cost you anything to sign up. This is a community where I'm bringing people in to just try to help us, build a community together so that we can help each other, period. All right, guys. So if you want this, head on down to my school community. The link is below. Any questions, please feel free to leave in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Guys, and be safe out there, guys. Please be safe out there. All right, until next one, take care.